You must be wondering why my sister's CEO became my secret weapon. Well, it goes back to that fateful meeting in March. After I told my parents I had no plans to sell the house, they tried one last tactic. "We just want what's best for you," Mom said, sitting next to me on the couch. "This is the perfect opportunity. You can use the money to invest in yourself, buy a condo." Perfect. Except that house was my sanctuary, my place to escape the chaos. Growing up, weekends were filled with shouting matches between my parents. I could hear them arguing through my bedroom walls, wondering if it was safe to come out. With my grades slipping and my anxiety worsening, I started sleeping over at friends' houses. Grandma noticed. "This weekend house is yours now," she told me on my 18th birthday, placing the key in my hands. "Promise me you won't ever sell it." I never did. Until March, when I heard my parents' demands, I couldn't help myself. A smile crept onto my face. It felt good to be unapologetically selfish, and I knew exactly how to make it hurt. 3 days prior, I'd signed the papers officially selling the house to Jeremy. I'd met him through my church group. He and his wife had been trying to buy a house for years, but couldn't find one within their budget. When he learned about my house, he jumped at the chance. Jeremy's offer was $650,000, $100,000 more than my home's value. The paperwork, handled by my lawyer, listed my parents' address for notification. I hadn't told anyone because I knew my parents wouldn't understand. They weren't bad people, just uneducated. They never pressured me to become an accountant like them, but they sure knew how to spend money. All this time, they thought I was stubbornly sticking it to them. What they didn't know was that Jeremy had agreed to let me rent the house back until he finalized his divorce. And since he was paying top dollar, he had to keep me informed of any issues so I could rectify them. And one issue was my parents showing up to demand I sign over the house to Melissa. How sweet. "Did you find a buyer for the house?" I asked Jeremy after my parents left, defeated. He smiled. "Actually, we're closing in 2 weeks. Congratulations." And just like that, my revenge was served. There's no sweeter taste than justice. Watching them move in was the cherry on top. I'd arranged for movers to take my furniture and belongings away on the day of closing. It was then that my parents realized they'd lost the house. Mom's scream echoed through the neighborhood. "Sarah, why didn't you tell us? We could have helped you sell it." By then, Melissa had taken the bait. She was here too, looking stunned, probably realizing she'd lost her free ride. "Here's the thing," I told Mom, tears streaming down her face. "This house was never about money. If you wanted to give it to Melissa, you should have 18 years ago." I ran to my car and hid until I could drive. Later, I changed my number. I knew they'd call demanding answers, but I wasn't ready to talk. Was I wrong? I hear you ask, maybe, but after years of being the invisible daughter, I finally felt seen, not by them, but by the one person who mattered, myself. Your turn. What would you have done if you were me? And if you resonated with my story, please stay tuned for my next video. Until then, make sure you check out this video here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching.